Zapatomono was the banana chief for 8 years. Now he is charged for a possible corruption case. He governed, signed laws. He appeared in photos with other chiefs from other jungles. And when his term ended, he left. For years, Zapatomono presented himself as the only president of Banana Republic without scandals. Until May 19, 2026. UDF officers searched his office in Madrid. Same day, National Court judge summoned him to testify for alleged crimes of criminal organization, influence peddling, document forgery, and money laundering. From that day, his entire party leadership came out to defend him. Party-friendly journalists said it was a political witch hunt. The problem is that UDEF has an 85-page judicial order. Transfers to accounts in 4 different jungles. And a company owned by his own daughters in the middle of it all. Today, the gorilla explains how an airline with roots in the Venezuelan jungle got 53 million green leaves paid by the gorillas of Banana Republic. What role did Zapatomono play in the airline's rescue? What trace did that money leave in distant jungles? And what did the judge find when he opened the case? Year 2020. All planes are grounded on the runway. Gorillas cannot fly because they are confined to their branches. Airlines lose green leaves every month. The government of the Banana Republic chief decides to act. It launches a rescue for strategic airlines. The total rescue was 839 million green leaves. A large part received by Banana Republic Airlines. Airlines with decades of history, millions of gorillas flying every year, routes across half the world's jungle. Strategic airlines for the Banana Republic market. And then there's Platanus Ultra, a small airline with roots in the Venezuelan jungle. Its market share in Banana Republic is tiny. It has 4 planes. It's not strategic by size or history. It is strategic according to the decision of the Banana Republic government. Platanus Ultra received 53 million green leaves. The opposition questioned it from day one. Why this airline and not others? What criteria did the government use? For years, questions remained unanswered. The case orbited between political suspicions and investigation commissions in the Senate. Until July 2024, 2 envelopes arrived at the Anti-Corruption Prosecutor's Office of Banana Republic. One came from the French jungle, the other from the Swiss jungle. Both jungles were investigating the same network, a criminal organization dedicated to money laundering. Money of Venezuelan origin that moved through shell companies. False invoices and accounts in territories where no one asks questions. Something unexpected appeared in the investigation. A direct connection with loans to Platanus Ultra. French jungle and Swiss jungle had been following a guerrilla for months, whom they called Fox, Z, 4Zs in intercepted conversations. A guerrilla with an agenda full of contacts, with an office in Madrid, and much influence in the Banana Republic government. Influence peddling is not complicated to understand. A guerrilla with contacts in power makes arrangements for a company to get a contract. Rescue, or a favorable decision from the administration. The company pays illegal commissions to that guerrilla for his efforts. The guerrilla doesn't call it an illegal commission, he calls it consultancy, or strategic advice, or communication services. He creates an invoice to transfer green leaves legally. It looks clean from the outside, according to the UDEF report. Platanus Ultra owners needed to reach the Banana Republic Ministry of Transport for the rescue to reach their airline. And they found Zapatomono, a guerrilla with an agenda that other guerrillas don't have. With a banana phone full of contacts within the party that governed and continues to govern in 2026. According to investigators, he made arrangements with Banana Republic government officials for Platanus Ultra to receive public aid. And the airlines supposedly paid illegal commissions for those arrangements to Zapatomono. How much did he charge? According to the judicial order, almost 1.52 million green leaves, directly for Zapatomono, plus 423,000 additional green leaves channeled through his offspring's company. The company is called Wadhafav, a communication company. And the airlines supposedly paid illegal commissions for those arrangements to Zapatomono, described in the judge's order as a financial channeler of the network. A guerrilla uses the weight of his name and his agenda to twist an administration's decision and charges for it. Zapatomono denies everything, says he never made arrangements with any public administration. He knew the businessman from Platanus Ultra's circle as a personal friend. That there is nothing illicit, it is political persecution. By the way, if a government voter guerrilla is watching this, he is already looking for the dislike button. If a viewer gorilla wants to support the narrator gorilla, give it a like to compensate. But there is a bigger problem than illegal commissions. Part of the 53 million green leaves from the rescue. Did not reach the airline's account. They reached 3 companies with names that say nothing, in jungles where no one asks questions. And that is what is truly serious about the Zapatomono case. French jungle and Swiss jungle did not arrive at Zapatomono's case.
They weren't looking.
Not for Zapatomono. They arrived following a money laundering network. A network with 3 instrumental companies with names that say nothing. Valerian Corporation, Alpa Wira Trading, Wailea Investment. A network with accounts in Gibraltar, Swiss jungle, Montenegro, United Kingdom, and Mauritius Island. False invoices between them. Money that entered from one side passed through 3 layers of shell companies and came out clean on the other side. Mongo pretends to understand, but has no idea what money laundering means. Well, imagine Mongo has green leaves of dirty origin. Money from illegal activities, from corruption, from non-transparent jungles. He cannot spend them directly because they leave a trace. So he puts them into a financial structure that makes it difficult to track them. Fictitious loan here. False invoice there. Transfer to a jungle without questions. Dirty green leaves enter, and clean green leaves come out.
Blanqueo de capitales.
Investigators' hypothesis is that part of the 53 million public rescue to Platanis Ultra was used to repay fictitious loans granted to the airline by companies in that network. Loans that in reality served to move and launder green leaves from the Venezuelan jungle. Public money from Banana Republic would have entered the washing machine along with dirty money from a distant jungle. Zapatomono, according to the judge's 85-page order, would be at the center of that structure. Not as a second-row guerrilla, but as a decisive and strategic core, as the leader of a stable and hierarchical structure. But there is a fact that no one mentions in this whole story. Zapatomono left the position of Banana Republic chief in 2011. And for 14 years, no one investigated anything. 14 years in which he continued to meet with guerrilla chiefs from other jungles. Flying to the Venezuelan jungle. Appearing in photos with presidents. 14 years of active agenda without official charge. How is it possible that the system took so long to see it?
Zapatomono invented nothing new.
When a guerrilla with power leaves the government, he has two options. The first is to go to his branch, retire. Plant orchids and watch them die because he doesn't know how to care for them. The second is to charge for what he knows, and above all, for who he knows. A guerrilla enters through the government door, leaves through the private company or consultancy door. And from there, he knocks on the administration's door again, not as a chief guerrilla, but as a guerrilla with a contact agenda and...
It is not illegal to know people. It is not illegal to advise companies. It is illegal when advice becomes direct dealings with public administration in exchange for green leaves. And when the green leaves he receives for those dealings have a dirty origin, and the guerrilla helps move them.
That is money laundering. The system works in silence for years. Guerrillas don't see it because they don't look for it from within.
Former presidents, former ministers, former high-ranking officials have market value.
That does not depend on talent or resume. It depends on who answers the banana phone when they call. Like when a guerrilla works 5 years in a bank. They fire him. They fire him. And the next month, he is hired by a company that needs a favor from that bank.
A company does not hire a guerrilla for what he can do, but for who he knows.
The difference is that in that case, the guerrilla does not go to jail.
In Zapatomono's case, according to investigators, the mechanism was more direct. It was not just knowing people from the Banana Republic government.
It was calling them, pressuring, and collecting illegal commissions for the result. You hear me? This is unacceptable. Do it now! Now! And then moving green leaves through his daughter's company so that the trace was harder to follow. A structure with defined roles.
Prepared financial channels.
And shell companies. That is what the 85-page order from the guerrilla judge says. Case closed. Meanwhile, his party's leadership continues to say it's political persecution. Affiliated journalists continue to talk about a witch hunt. And Zapatomono keeps repeating that he never did anything wrong. Banana Republic has regulations on revolving doors. We must examine this closely. It has control bodies. It has transparency laws.
Even so, according to investigator guerrillas, The system has been operating in silence for years, with public money.
And while all this happens, the middle-class gorilla of Banana Republic remains in his branch, wondering why it costs him more and more to buy bananas.
Why he earns more green leaves than Papa_Mano, but lives worse.
That answer is in the next video.